Hello everyone, we are Team NetZero, participating in the English-speaking track of Talk Green Future Season 3. Our team consists of two members, Phạm Trà My and Võ Nguyễn Minh Thư, and today we will be addressing the motion. This house will introduce a carbon credit limit for all major sports leagues. According to the Time magazine, in 2020 alone, global sports were accountable for 350 million tons of carbon dioxide emission, an amount large enough to even equate to the emission of Poland or Spain, each accommodating around 40 million people. In response, a carbon limit system is proposed, enforced by withdrawing privileges for sport leagues in accordance to setting a set carbon emission limit. Despite the ideology of the solution, our team strongly opposes the idea due to its misplaced accountability and flawed symbolism, faulty foundation and susceptibility to greenwashing, and distortion of sports fairness and integrity. Firstly, the nature of the system is wholly inappropriate to handle sports' carbon footprint, conveying flawed symbolism and targeting inappropriate factors. Sport is largely viewed as a symbolic platform for inspiration, whereas the methodology is a punitive regime for environmental causes. As a 2022 study points out, poorly aligned environmental campaigns can cause fan disengagement, implying that the stark contrast in motive highly risks fans' resentment, undermining sports' initial potential to raise climate awareness. By imposing severe penalties on teams' competitive and financial capabilities, the system risks turning fans' attention away from the broader goal of sustainability and toward grievances over league management. Furthermore, most of sports emissions stem from side activities rather than main events. Data from the Carbon Literacy Project shows that logistics and travel made up 72.7% of F1's 2019 emissions, leaving only 27.3% for sport operations and other categories. These are elements that leagues cannot directly control, making punishments of these components tremendously criticizable.
In 2023, a 9-month investigation into Verra, one of the world's largest carbon credit certifiers, found that 94% of its issued credits has no environmental impact. Such evidence exposes the flaws in how carbon credits are leveraged for greenwashing. They allow organizations to buy a sense of sustainability without making real changes to their own operations. What this demonstrates is its structural problems. The system rests on unverifiable claims, inconsistent standards, and weak oversight. If major corporations with vast resources cannot ensure the legitimacy of their credits, expecting sport leagues to navigate this complexity is unrealistic. Making this mechanism a stable and distant industry like sports, risks placing leagues at the mercy of third-party certifiers, whose credibility has been already discredited worldwide, thereby creating uncertainty, instability, and policy confusion rather than delivering any meaningful climate benefit. Furthermore, the counterproductivity isn't singular. Carbon credits in sports links a team's environmental compliance to its competitive advantages, which distorts fair play and sportsmanship. Since fairness of sports are always based on the idea that success should be earned through skill, strategy, and teamwork, implications of carbon credits would directly link a team's ability to navigate complex carbon markets or afford sustainability programs to their privileges. This creates a structural imbalance in which financially stronger teams can shield themselves from consequences simply by outspending others. By smaller teams face harsher restrictions regardless of their athletic potential. Hence, making benefits, sponsorship eligibility, or league participation can essentially be purchased. Such a shift introduces external, non-sporting factors into competition outcomes, blurring the boundaries between athletic merits and administrative maneuvering. When environmental compliance or money replace merit, integrity or poor celebrations of human performance are compromised. Over time, it erodes the public confidence in the legitimacy of results, as victory may increasingly be interpreted as products of financial tactics rather than athletic excellence. In conclusion, the carbon credit system is built on a flawed foundation, misplaces accountability, contradicts the inspirations of sports, and distorts the very spirit of the industry. By relying on unreliable credits and tying competition to wealth rather than sportsmanship, the strategy undermines both climate integrity and athletic fairness. True sustainability, both environmental and athletic, should inspire changes that are driven by its pure value, not by ill-suited enforcement and punitive, impractical measures.